have with us Russ. Good morning, Russ.
Good morning, Rick.
Here's a question from James. He says, do the majority of traders here use web-based platforms or direct access trading? This might even make a good poll question. Do the majority of traders here use web-based platforms or direct access trading? And that's a question for you, Russ.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what the majority of the people use. I'm using web-based, although I have used direct access in the past. There's certainly some advantages to the direct access. Most cases, it's a little more expensive, but it can be faster. You can get your choice of who will fill your order, and sometimes get a better fill that way.
Mm-hmm.
It also takes a little more experience, a little more know-how to pull it off and really benefit from it.
Hi, S. Could you please repeat the website again? He got it as www.prophet.com. Is that it?
I'm sorry, it's .net. I did say .com.
But it is .net.
So many of them are .com, and I said that by mistake. It is .net. And on the other one that I use, which is more for historical, just one-day charts back to the last 6 months or 1 year, and also looking at the news, I use www.bigcharts.com.
And the one again for Prophet was prophet.net.
Yeah, the first time I got that, I was spelling it Profit, and that's the way you'd think it might be, but it's not. It's
sometimes they're just too clever.
Yeah.
Here's a question from Pete. What would you use TC2000 for?
TC2000. Not familiar with TC2000. I'm not sure what he's talking about. I don't want to give a stupid answer here.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we will look into that and answer that question next week. Here's a kind of a wide open question, and that is, what do you think the impact the recession will have on day trading? Now, that is, if we are in a recession or about to be, I guess it's all semantics, but what impact will that have on day trading, do you think?
I'm not sure it'll have any effect on day trading per se, because so many day traders, like Manny, use a lot of short sales, and if the economy is bad and the market's going down, we're making our money on stocks that are going down instead of stocks that are going up. So I don't see any great impact. Actually, if a person knows how to do short selling well, it could work in our favor.
There was a follow-up on TC2000. I guess it's a website that Manny had recommended, so maybe we could learn a little more about that for next week. Okay,
I haven't actually looked at it. I don't look at everything that Manny recommends.
You don't?
I don't. I apologize. He's got a lot of good ideas, and he does this full time, and I'm doing it 2 days a week. So, and I have a lot of other things that I'm involved in.
How did the last week go with Manny's trades, your recommendations?
I don't actually remember. I mean, he had a nice day today. Yesterday was a problematic day. I think he had a day or two before that were pretty good. But I wasn't tracking it for a question like this. I did better than he did simply because on the bad days I didn't happen to trade.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, where he took a fairly significant loss, I think I lost 6 cents a share. I got in a little later than him at a better price, and then I violated some rules and stayed in a long time, and the stock came back down to me. I actually could have gotten out with a profit if I had gotten out at the best point, but I held it too long and ended up losing 6 cents a share.
We have time for about 1 or 2 more questions. So please, if you have a question for us, type it in now, and we'll get that answered for you before we close this out for today. Please, all of you, when we do leave, be sure to fill out the little survey, the 2-question questionnaire that Manny has, so he can understand the value of this for you. And if you are a monthly subscriber, by all means, stick around at the end, because we have an offer this week that I think will be very attractive to you. So we'll give you another minute or so to provide another question for Russ, and then we'll wrap up this week's webinar. Russ, did you have any other thoughts about some of the other topics that people could ask questions about? Maybe they could prepare them for next week as well.
Well, yeah, one thought I have is that if anybody has any particular desires of how they would like this 30-minute webinar to proceed, to forward that information on to Manny. I think you've got a couple of questions on the survey about that if there's other options they're interested in, because it's new and Manny is looking for what might be the best for the majority of people. He went with the question and answers today because he got a lot of feedback last week that was what the people seemed to like, and we didn't get all the questions answered last week. But if there's something else you prefer, get the information to Manny. He's willing to make this thing the way the majority of the people like it.
Very good. And I thank you for your participation. Oh, we have one question, and that is from Travis. Travis asks, he says, Manny looks for price gaps in morning trade. Do all gaps in price typically get filled? This is from Travis, and he says, Manny looks for price gaps in morning trading. Do all the gaps in price typically get filled?
No, particularly on individual stocks, they do not all get filled. If you're looking at averages like the Dow Jones or the NASDAQ, they will get filled more often because it's an average of a whole bunch of stocks, and they have a greater tendency to come back to where or close to where they started. On individual stocks, they don't all get filled. Manny is looking for stocks not only because they have a gap, but ones he believes in the short term are overbought or oversold. And there are ways with his filters that he can measure that degree of overbought and oversold. And very frequently, it's only a few minutes. Today happen to be a lot longer than that. It's a nice, slow trade, easy for everybody to do.
Well, thank you very much, Ross. We appreciate your participation this morning, and if you have some more questions, please save them for next week, and we'll get around to them. That's our half hour. Thank you all for joining us, and we hope to hear from you again next week. Have a good day.
All right, everybody.